Welcome to Canada International Student Magazine. Today, we have David meeting with us on a Zoom call, who is a Canadian student. Let us hear what he has to talk about studying in Vancouver and life in Vancouver. Hi David, how are you doing?
Hi. I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you so much for asking. So tell us about which course you're doing and, actually tell us about yourself.
Well, right now I'm a political science major, and I'm also doing a major in history at Kwantlen Polytechnic University.
Okay.
I've been attending there since 2013. Now, the reason why it's taken me a while to graduate is because I was involved with my student union for a couple of years. I was an executive for 2 years, so that kind of delayed me a bit, but I really have enjoyed my experience at Kwantlen Polytechnic University.
Okay, so David, you're studying in KPU, right?
Yes.
Okay, so how is your experience with the college so far?
It's been really well, actually. One of the things that I like most about KPU is the class sizes are small. If I'm correct, I believe it's about 32 to 35 students. So you get to interact with the professor a lot, and in many cases, they actually beg students to come and to talk to them and to get help. A lot of them have open door policies, which is fantastic. Another thing that I enjoy a lot about KPU is you get to meet a lot of wonderful people from a lot of parts from around the world. Okay. And you get to connect more with them on a deeper level since the class sizes are smaller. Okay.
So you see there is a lot of international students in the university, right?
Yeah, KPU has a lot of international students. We see a lot of students from India in our Surrey campus, a lot of students from China in Richmond. So it's really fantastic to see students from all over the world. I've met people from Brazil, Germany, a whole bunch of places.
That's awesome. So what is your experience being with such a diverse student community at KPU?
It's really opened up my eyes to diverse point of views and talking to them, seeing their experiences as well, talking to them about their struggles as well. While I was in student government, I got to talk to a lot of international students, and I kind of learned about their struggles, and I tried to do my best as I could during my role.
So learning in such a diverse community, do you think it's helpful for your future?
I think it does, right? You embrace diversity, you embrace other points of views, and you become more open-minded.
Okay, that's great. So what are you specializing in KPU? What is your major?
Political science and both political science and history. I'm doing double major.
Okay, so what made you choose this course? Is it your career interest or?
Kinda. I've always really been fascinated by politics at a young age. I've always liked watching elections, seeing how you interact with government. I've always been fascinated by that, and I thought, why not study something that I'm passionate about? And in terms of my career goals, I'm thinking of either going into law or maybe going into grad school, but I haven't fully decided yet.
Oh, that's great. Okay. So in KPU, we know that there are a lot of co-op programs out there. So are you looking for any co-op programs?
Unfortunately, right now in my field, they do have a co-op class, but I already have enough credits, so I won't be able to take it. But I've heard really great stuff about the co-ops. I've had several classmates who've engaged the class, and I highly recommend students to take it if they can. Okay. In terms of other faculties, I can't speak on that.
Okay. So what is your opinion about taking co-op programs? Do you think it's helpful or?
I do. And I use my own experience, kind of, even though I haven't taken a co-op, I was involved with student government. Okay. There's a lot that I learned doing hands-on that I wouldn't have learned from the books or from theory or from lectures. Okay. But a lot of the things that I learned from the lectures did kind of translate into my role as a student union leader. kind of like the critical thinking, doing the research, stuff like that, I would have been lost without that.
Okay. So, would you like to share any funny or memorable instances that happened during your time at at your university?
Honestly, no. I mean, the most memorable, I would say, is just meeting a lot of great people from around the world, and meeting a lot of close friends. Some of my closest friends are actually from KPU, and that's how I got to know them. And it's an experience that I would never trade for anything. During my time as a student leader, I've been able to go around Canada and meet other students, seeing what they do, seeing what they're studying, and networking. It's been a fantastic experience.
Okay, that's amazing. So, are you from Vancouver, or did you move to Vancouver for your studies?
No, well, I live in Vancouver, but originally I was born in Colombia. My family and I immigrated here to Canada when I was about 8.
Okay. So, how was your life in Vancouver? How was Vancouver treating you?
Vancouver is a really beautiful city. I really like it a lot. I grew up for a while in Ontario.
Okay.
But I prefer it here 100%. The weather, you don't have to deal with snow. People seem a bit friendlier as well, and they're more open-minded, and I think it does have to do with kind of like the diversity that you see here in the Lower Mainland. One of the reasons why we moved here to BC was because my parents couldn't find a job in their field, and the reasons that were often given to them was that you don't have any Canadian experience, but they're computer engineers, so they're like, what's the difference between a computer here and there? Here in BC, it was totally different. They were more open-minded, and that's one of the things that I like about here in Vancouver.
So, do you do a lot of, I mean, with your course, do you have so much of coursework, like assignments and stuff like that?
Kinda. It all depends on the type of course you're taking. Looking back, my first year courses, they were relatively easy. It was just reading. The most I had to do in a paper was about 4 pages. Now in my 4th year, it's 8 pages.
Okay.
Which is a doable thing. It's not the end of the world. It is double spaced, but looking back, it's not terrible. It's more about time management, in my opinion.
That is true.
If you're able to manage your time, then things should be relatively easy.
Do you get time, because keeping
right.
coursework load?
Yeah.
Do you get time to explore the city or
sometimes
visit nearby places?
Sometimes. I mean, right now, obviously, with COVID-19, it's a bit harder. But sometimes I do manage to find the time to go around and visit Vancouver. I'm more of an indoor person, to be honest.
Okay. So, which is the most interesting spot that you have visited around Vancouver?
Oh, that's a good question. I would have to say Stanley Park.
Stanley Park? Okay.
Yeah, I really like kind of like the mini hike you have to do, the mini walk you have to do. It's kind of like beside the ocean.
That's one of my favorite places too.
It's really gorgeous.
There, yeah, it's a very good park.
The fresh air.
Yeah.
And it's near to some other beautiful spots around Vancouver.
Yeah. Yeah. So, are you planning to take summer break this year? I mean, because the course, between your course?
No, probably not. I'm trying to graduate as fast as possible. I've already been at KPU too long, so I want to graduate and move on to the next chapter of my life.
Okay, that's great. So, by when are you completing your course?
Hopefully by the end of fall, and then I can graduate.
Okay, okay. So let us work towards wrapping up today's interview. So my last question to you is, so will you try to start working immediately after the course, or will you be taking a break after your course?
Probably not. Because I want to get either into grad school or law school. So if I decide to go into law school, then I'll probably have to study for the LSAT. And if I want to get into grad school, then I'll obviously be busy with grad school. So I want to try to graduate both as fast as I can.
Okay, that's great. So, David, do you have anything to tell our viewers about, about KPU?
If you're looking to come to Canada, I highly recommend coming to KPU. It's a really diverse school. The faculty is fantastic. They're dying to talk to students. And it's an experience that you wouldn't want to miss out. You'll live near Vancouver or in the Lower Mainland, which is, in my opinion, the best city in Canada.
That's great. Thank you so much, David, for
sharing
your experience with us, and all the best for your studies and career.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for watching our videos. Please do subscribe to Canada International Student Magazine YouTube channel for more updates from international students in Canada. Stay safe and thank you.